my favorite stories is to think about how when you get in an elevator, so say you're by yourself, you might dance around if you're having a happy day, but say other people get in the elevator with you. Well, there's a script you have. You're going to face the front of the elevator. You might respectfully ask if someone wants the elevator button pushed. I think that's a good example of what sociology really is. It is the study of how people act in groups and how that's different than how they act when they're alone.
Sociologists study how being part of a group has an influence on people's attitudes, beliefs, and behaviors.
Groups teach us beliefs. Groups enforce beliefs. And groups produce identities where to have a belief is a marker of identity in a particular group. And we all have to feel like we have certain identities to get by in society. For example, people who are parents have certain beliefs about what it means to be a good parent. And that's part of your identity. Or I'm a father, or I'm a professor, or I'm, etc. Any group you belong to has these sorts of beliefs.
So the identities of our groups have an impact on the kinds of beliefs people have about the relationship between religion and science.
For many people in contemporary societies, religion and science are two main frames for understanding and making sense of the world. In this research initiative, sociologists are studying the relationship between our group identities and our beliefs, attitudes, and behaviors related to religion and science.
We as a modern people, we really have a lot of faith in science to make our lives better. Everything from cell phones to something as basic and as assumed as refrigeration. So we have a lot of faith in science as a people to make our lives better. But we also are always looking for purpose. We're always looking for an understanding of why we're here. What's the meaning of my life? Science then can have an impact on those religious systems, and religious systems can have an impact on how we understand science and apply science in the world, and how those interact together and how they infuse one another.
This research initiative includes 17 research projects in many regions of the world.
The largest purpose of this is to further establish a subfield in sociology of studying religion and science. We are not only having communication with each other, but we are funding a large number of projects across the world. So we have very established professors, we have PhD students, we have people right out of graduate school, all doing projects of different sorts within sociology. And importantly, we're trying to expand beyond a standard analysis of Christianity in the United States. So we have scholars who are studying Turkish women who are Muslim. We have people who are studying Native American religions up in the Minnesota area. We have people studying Muslims in Britain. We have people who are studying what you might call atheist religion.
And we as people have a lot of myths about other groups that are outside our own. And so as sociologists, if we really use our scientific tools to very carefully study groups of people, then we can dispel a lot of myths that groups have about one another and really be better off, I think, as people if we have some of those myths dispelled.
I mean, the values of sociology also have this sort of value neutrality, but the truth of the matter is everyone will admit that we're trying to make the world a better place.